It is Monday, October 9th, 2023, and looking out the window to find it's kind of an overcast day, and it was chilly this morning. It was 44 degrees when I went running, and I think the temperature is going to stay in the 50s and maybe upper 50s, close to 60. I don't believe there's any rain in the forecast, but not really a sunny day. The devotion for today is entitled Cancel Culture by Liz Miller, and Liz bases the devotion upon Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1, New Revised Standard Version. For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. And then Liz writes, I'm single-handedly trying to resurrect cancel culture. No, not celebrity cancel culture. I'm not that powerful. I'm talking about the cancel culture that died in 2020 when we invented the phrase, we can shift online. Before our hybrid world erupted, there were times church meetings would be canceled in winter by snowy weather, and we stayed home in fuzzy pajamas with steaming mugs of peppermint tea. There were times when too many people would call out of a meeting because they were out of town, and instead of hopping on Zoom, we would hop onto the couch for a night of relaxation. We discern potential agenda items for monthly committee meetings like clockwork, but sometimes we are called to discern whether we need to meet at all. The decision of when to pivot or put down our work becomes a permission-giving mini-Sabbath, a prayer of thanksgiving for found time in a too busy world. It's spirit deep breath making itself known and inviting us to slowly exhale. How else do you explain the quiet burst of joy that comes when an email proclaims, tonight's meeting is canceled, see you next month? This isn't to say that online options aren't wonderful. They are. Or that sometimes canceling isn't disappointing. That happens too. It's to remember that when we default to assuming the show must go on, we blur the lines between what is urgent and what can wait. When our presence is needed, or where we can honor an absence when it's time to shift online. Let me say that again. Where our presence is needed, or where we can honor an absence. When it is time to shift online and when it's time to log off. End the prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot cancel, the courage to cancel the meetings I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. For me, this devotion is a reminder that sometimes we don't have to meet for meeting's sake. That I think sometimes we feel compelled that we have to have a meeting. And I was kind of glad in my church this week, one of our committees, I wasn't able to make it because of another commitment. And someone else had something else going on. They weren't going to be able to make it. And the person who chairs it said, I don't really think there's all that much that's urgent that we need to talk about. So let's just cancel the meeting this month. And sometimes I think we just need to do that and not do things just because they are on the schedule. On the other hand, I do think that having an online option has been wonderful in some cases. Most of my denominational meetings required me to drive an hour and a half one way to go to the meeting. And sometimes those meetings were as short as an hour. So I would spend more time driving to and from those meetings than actually in the meeting. And then that's, in a way, time lost. I mean, I listen to podcasts and that sort of thing. But it's time that I could have been doing something else to get the work done that I need to get done so that I can have free time. So being online has been wonderful in cases of those kinds of meetings because I'm not really spending all that time in the car. On the other hand, it is good to meet in person occasionally. It's really good to see people personally. It's different than being online, at least for me. But I think the other thing this devotion reminded me of is just the time, the need to take the time to just decompress and have time for yourself, time to relax, time to contemplate, time to do something that to the world might not look productive, but to your life is completely productive. So I hope that gives you some things to think about. You may have some different ideas than I did listening to this devotion. And that's the way the devotions are meant to be. So hope you have a good day and hope to talk to you again tomorrow.